Hi, Yizhao Martins, licensed marriage and family therapist, couple therapist. I am recording this video for you from the beautiful Swarthmore College in Philadelphia. You may wonder where I am in this location. I'm sitting in front of this beautiful rose garden on a huge white chair. That's one of the monuments here. So today I want to talk to you about safety and feeling safe or not safe in your ADHD affected relationships. So I am here for system center therapy training. So I want to talk to you from the perspective of a inner personal system and the interpersonal system. What does it mean? Inner personal system meaning within the boundary of your body, your energetic body, depends on your belief system, within that boundary. Whatever you decide, that is your boundary. It could be right here where my skins are. It could be right here where my energetic boundaries are. So within the boundary that you define for yourself, what's happening inside and your system, especially your nervous system. And if you feel safe, if you feel rested, if you are in a place of relaxation, calmness, and curiosity, or you feel there's some danger might be looming around, that you feel nervous, you feel activated. So what could be some situations when someone have these unsafe sensations and feelings is actually coming from your inner personal system? One thing I can think about is the ADHD partner. And they may feel a sense of unsafety when they feel anxious. Let's say because their time blindness, they may notice they have less time than they actually do when the task deadline is approaching. And they may start to feel really edgy and anxious and feel, oh, something bad is going to happen that I can't finish that task. Heart rate racing, sweaty palms, and this is eagerness, like jumpiness. All of those could be signs of anxiety. And for the partner who identify as not has many ADHD symptoms, a lot of times they may also have a sense of insecurity and safety. Has nothing to do with their relationship. For example, trauma that can bring up the threshold, actually bring down the threshold of your arousal. That means you hit the target of your arousal easier, and it takes longer time to go down from the arousal to your peace and calm. Or sometimes someone, say on the autistic spectrum, may get overstimulated by sensory input, sound, smell, light, and different kind of touch can overload the system, that they feel uneasy and safe, that they're about to explode, or they need to push the stimulants away so they can keep their system intact and they can feel relaxed and safe again. Or sometimes for people on the spectrum, that when a sudden change of a routine and structure, especially being promised, really creates a sense of destabilization in their system, that can also create a sense of unsafe. I actually experienced that in my group at the conference, and when the leader changed the structure that they promised, and then they shifted things around and they didn't keep their time boundary, I started to feel a sense of unsafe. I started to feel a bit anxious and irritated that I cannot trust the leader. But that's actually coming from interpersonal. So that brings me to the interpersonal. In the ADHD affected relationships, a lot of times I hear the non-ADHD partner shares that they feel unsafe in the relationship when their ADHD partner are not being consistent. Like they promise they will deliver this, they promise they will pick up that, they promise they would send the kids to school. And when things are not happening as they promised, the partner notice the inconsistency, They start to feel like, I can't trust that what you said, that what you promised. I don't know if I can give you the benefit of the doubt anymore with so many trials and errors and so many past experience. We will all love to be in the here and now and not to predict the future, right? Based on past experiences. And also there's a newer pathway that's being created and carved out, especially the relationship is long and there are many practices of being not consistent. So you cannot blame the partner that on the receiving end to create this neural pathway that, when this didn't happen. It's very consistent. That is not happening. So to create a sense of untrust, not able to trust and relax, so they activate more to prepare for the negative outcome that they predict in their head. That's one example. What about from the ADHD partner's perspective? A lot of partners with ADHD, they have this internalized message because of their distractibility and hard time with managing their emotional arousal. Here's the bell, beautiful bell, that they have this internalized message that I'm not good enough, that I am not going to be able to meet the standard that my partner creates, which is also a mind reason negative prediction about the future. So they are not sure, but based on their past experience, they really bring into the future, travel to the future, that they will disappoint their partner, and they're already bracing, right? Getting anxious and bracing to prepare for the worst outcome in the future. It is very normal and human to have those predictions. In some way, that's how we learn, isn't it? We have a lot of repetition in the past, and we collect data, and then we sort of have a prediction of the future, what might happen, and we make plans accordingly. The problem with this way of processing is we bypassed the present moment, and we're also not allowing any other possibilities when we predict the future. There's some certainty in the prediction, well, yet unless you can make sure the outcome is the way you predict 100% of time, which is very difficult. So there's still the uncertainty, and what happens if your prediction is wrong? What happens if the prediction is right? That introduces even more chances, right? So instead of going down the path of the negative or positive prediction, may as well just bring back to the present and say, I really don't know. Can we be curious and see what happens? So when we have more curiosity in our relationship dynamic with other people, it increases the chance that we feel more assured, that we are open, that we feel calm, and it's actually a positive sensation inside of us, positively relaxed, that helps us to be more exploring in the relationship with our partners and to talk about what are the possible solutions and be creative together. On the other end of it, when we feel anxious, we don't know what's going to happen, and we predict the future, we feel even more unsafe. And that actually is itself a negative loop that we're creating. When we don't feel safe, we act from our limbic system, from our survival, fight or flight, which have a negative impact on our partner. And that triggers their action coming back to us, either criticism or doubt, withdrawal, that evoke another negative behavior. And that's what I see in couples relationship, right? The negative circle they're doing, the dance they're doing. So also, that's the interpersonal and safe feelings. If you have what I first introduced, some unsafe feelings or sensation in the body, because your personal system, that's because your nervous system and your brain, how it's wired and how you respond to things. And you may pay extra attention about how to calm down your nervous system. You know what doesn't work for you, and explore ways that will work for you and give you more resources so you can be in a place of more relaxation and calmness while you are interacting with your partner. fully accept yourself for who you are, the challenges that you have, like using some of the tools and some of the support, say loops, the earplugs, right, to reduce noise. And if you really don't like the smell in the subway and that irritate you, that make you more easier to lose it and losing patience and also feel unsafe, why not wear a pretty mask, right? It's another way to help you to stay regulated. If you really do not like to be touched in a certain way, well, find a way to establish your boundary and saying, no, that's too much. Say if someone invites you to dance and hold hand with you, and you really feel their energy is too much for you, you don't feel calm and you feel unsafe, say so. Say, I would like to break contact with you right now in this moment. Even if it's from your partner, when you do not feel having the physical contact is helping to increase your safety and giving you more space and giving you more resources to have a difficult conversation. By no means say no. And in a very loving way. Say, no, not right now. Maybe later. I would like us to sit in certain ways and to have a time boundary, like how much time we have to have this conversation. So I will be in my best. I know in that way I will be in my best and we have a higher chance having a successful connecting moment. All right, that's for now for this week. I will see you next week, my friends. Bye.